If you don't know what shadow banning is, it's basically a way for social media platforms to silently censor content that they deem to be inappropriate or a violation of their community guidelines, without being obvious and completely removing the content altogether. This means that certain content can be strategically hidden from the explore pages and will not show up in search results even if there are hashtags on the post. Sounds like a great way of monitoring content, right? Wrong. Instagram has been called out multiple times for shadow banning content that relates to the LGBTQ community. Believe it or not, shadow banning is essentially worse than deleting content because it isn't as noticeable to users when content's quietly hidden from explore or hashtag pages, meaning Instagram can get away with it without receiving any backlash. If content is completely removed, it's much more obvious and often results in many complaints, harming Instagram's reputation. The worst part is, the company won't even admit that they shadow ban content. Instagram's community guidelines policy claims that we want Instagram to continue to be an authentic and safe place for inspiration and expression. Except this clearly isn't the case when they're hiding content simply because of their heterosexual expectations. An article in The Guardian focuses on the popular queer arts collective and London club night called Palace, also known as PP. Despite having 31.5 thousand followers on Instagram, in 2019, PP called out the photo sharing platform for shadow banning their content. They claimed that their Instagram account had a significant sharp decrease in likes, comments, and engagement as users were restricted from interacting on their posts. PP is an organised event that aims to support and celebrate pride in the LGBTQ community, with hopes to promote themselves in an online environment that's supposed to be accepting and inclusive. Yet their content is hidden from the public, making people in this community feel ashamed of their sexuality. In October last year, they had to make a post asking their followers if their content was being seen and requesting that people share the post to increase engagement after being shadow banned for the second time that year. Online blog site Them has an article that suggests that shadow bans don't only exist for people who abuse the rules on Instagram, as they should, but drastically impact the LGBTQ+ identities, as a large amount of content that contains hashtags relating to this community are banned. I decided to do some research myself and found that when you search the hashtag lesbians of Instagram or I am gay, a message appears admitting that recent posts using these hashtags are currently hidden because the community has reported some content that may not meet Instagram's community guidelines. But if the community guidelines are supposed to develop a safe space for expression, how is someone's sexuality not meeting this? Social media is known to be a place that allows people to express themselves, develop their identity, and meet new people. But with Instagram feeling obligated to hide content that should be classified as appropriate, people in the LGBTQ+ community are highly degraded and neglected. An article by Huffington Post explains that Instagram has acknowledged that sometimes they hide posts that they deem inappropriate, even if they don't actually violate any community guidelines. But they refuse to admit that they shadow ban content and claim that appearing on the Explore page isn't a guarantee for anyone. However, the company has previously apologized for shadow banning certain communities, only they didn't use the term shadow ban, and despite the apology, it's clear that this continues to be a reoccurring issue. The fact that a globally popular platform like Instagram is censoring LGBTQ+ content is unacceptable. It's 2020. If anything, this content should be highlighted and celebrated. So what can we do about this issue? If you want to put an end to Instagram's appalling shadow ban policy and support the LGBTQ+ community on this platform, click the link in the description box below to sign a petition. It's time that Instagram became a platform that is actually an authentic and safe space for inspiration and expression as they claim to be. Let's aim to stop shadow banning and make sure that the content removed off Instagram is actually inappropriate, not just someone expressing their sexuality.